Hey everybody, welcome back to an all-new episode of First Impressions here at Dexbuild. I'm Matt, and please forgive me for my voice. I've had a cold for like a week straight. I can't speak strongly at all because I've been coughing my brains out. I'm going to try to avoid coughing in your ears today, though. That's the goal. But it has left me with a very weak voice compared to the normal, especially if you've been around the channel. You know I like to a booming loud voice all the time, and so instead this is me talking real quiet. But I was so excited to check out Mark at the Deep that I had to get this video out. So this game is right down our alley here at Dexbuild. If you know anything about us, we are big fans of metroidvanias, and we are big fans of soulsike. This is a metroidvania soulsike from an isometric view from Mad Mimic Games. I'm not familiar with any of their games previously. They had like one other game that I can't even remember the title of right now, but this is kind of the first big one. Feels like a quiet little indie sleeper that I wanted to share with you all with the First Impressions video. So here's our intro.
As we covet the dances of the gods, always visible yet perpetually out of reach.
Okay, so if you're not familiar with our First Impressions series here at Dexbuild, the whole idea is we pick up the game, try out the first half hour to hour or so you can watch it, check it out, so you don't have to spend your money before deciding if you want to try those games. And we kind of give you our short review from those initial impressions, or first impressions as some might call them. So that's exactly what we're going to do here. So our boat has exploded. So full disclosure, I did check this out for about a half hour to make sure all the mechanics were good, all the recording stuff was good. So I've seen a little bit of this, but not much. Shipwrecked, marooned, exactly what you'd want out of a pirate story. What else could we ask for here, ladies and gentlemen? So, we are marooned on this island. And that's about the setup. Like, what more do you need? How Souls-like does it get from that? Like, here's your character. They've probably forgotten something, or here to do something, and it's vague what that might be. So there are no rebindings yet. So right now, X is attack, A to roll. I would love to have that be circle, but I don't have that option at the moment. I will just show you some of the settings. You have some basic audio settings, gameplay, you got all this. You do have controls, but as far as I've seen, it's only for your keyboard. I'm playing with a controller, which feels like what you should be doing with a metroidvania Souls-like. So we got a bunch of like sort of tome-looking rune stone things here that tell you all kind of oceanic-sounding lore. I just want to keep looking at all these so you have the ability to just peep them. And then we'll grab our first shrine. So this is effectively our bonfire. What's weird about this is, did any of you play Remnant from the Ashes? So if we rest here, we'll bring all the enemies back, whatever. These look just like the runes from Remnant, except they're turquoise and not orange. Like all the way down to a rune being in the center of it. Unless I'm mistaken, but a sort of floating crystal glob there. So let's talk a little bit about the principles of these games. What makes a Souls-like a Souls-like? What makes a Metroid a Metroid? Well, Souls-like, of course, fight your enemies, you have your experience you carry around. Checkpoints are bonfires. Typically in a Souls-like, though, you drop your experience upon death and have to get back to it before dying again, otherwise it's lost for good. That, however, is not a mechanic in this game, at least. That doesn't mean it can't be a Souls-like, it just means that's not the particular mechanic they borrowed. I'd say they're leaning more on the sort of dodge and action-based combat and the checkpoints that revive enemies. That's the Souls-like I can see of it so far, as well as some of your basic exploration principles. Like if you noticed back in the previous room, we had seen a treasure chest above us, and you kind of know, oh, I have to explore around to figure out how to get that. At least that's what you would assume it would be, right? We also did pick up a piece of our journal, which I assume is going to be relevant to this area we're in. Important characters. Oh, journals. Leviathan Temple says here, in this strange place, I'm surrounded by bizarre creatures and a pervasive sense of hopelessness. The temple smells awful, and despite reading all those stone tablets, most information doesn't make sense. The word Leviathan keeps popping up everywhere, suggesting its importance, but what is its significance? And who are these mark keepers I keep reading about? I need clear and straightforward answers. Well, you're not going to get that, because that would be another element of a Souls-like. Metroidvania, To me, the key component of that is going to be items that you need in order to unlock yourself out of a lack of progression. So in other words, hey, I can't reach this area. I can see that I could jump up there, but I don't have a double jump. I got a double jump now. I can come back to it later in the game. So kind of doubling back on yourself after unlocking new mobility options or combat options to gain you access to new areas of the game. But you will notice this chest here, while I would have described it as a Souls-like, and hey, chest above, you come around. Normally in a Souls game, there would not be a rail here or something like that, and you could roll down to it. It doesn't exist, so maybe we get a jump or something that would allow us access to that later. But right now, that chest is still off limits, and we have no clear resource that would give us access back to it yet. So, I'm excited to figure out what that would be. But for now, we have unlocked our way back out of here. We could rest. No reason to, though, because we have taken no damage yet. What can we say? And we have our first boss fight. Now, metroidvanias and souls-like games, both known for their bosses. So which one this falls under the category of? Broken Golem. Remains to be seen. I mean, I'm assuming the combat is going to be kind of like tight, patience, timing-based things, which is true. Now, no health bar. That's metroidvania-esque, right? You don't know when the enemy's going to die until they die. He's a very basic boss. He's starting to crack, though, so you also have a visual cue to let you know sort of that he's decaying, as it were. I love the feeling of a good dodge roll. Oh, I was going to say to get through the ring of damage he drops on you there. But he is your basic, like, learn the timings, learn how iframes work kind of boss. If you're not familiar, iframes, especially in Souls-likes, are when you dodge and you get literally invincibility frames during a certain amount of time while you're doing that dodge, which prevents you from taking damage, which is why you a lot of times see in a Souls game you actually roll toward a boss, because you avoid the damage and you end up within range to punish them with some attacks after the fact, which is exactly what we did with that boss in order to dodge its sort of ring of fire. Move there. The art style is very cool in this game. I like the sort of like dark but with the bright pops of teal to kind of complement that. Can I sneak down behind all? Nope. I can accidentally walk back inside and make us watch a loading screen again. No, that's fun. You'll see though, excuse me, behind the statues I thought maybe I could sneak in there. Thankfully I did not accidentally walk back in and make us watch another loading screen. So we have another bonfire. It's inches away from our previous one, but I also see, most importantly, our first true treasure chest. Oops. Trinket acquired. So that's the Calanthus Aegis. Totally. Trinkets give perks to enhance rookies' abilities, so I guess that's our name, or even grant him new ones. They can only be equipped in shrines and can be consulted in his inventory. So these work like charms in Hollow Knight, if you're familiar with that. That is, by the way, a Souls-like Metroidvania, but much more Metroidvania than anything else. So you'll notice up at the top of this page, we have 3 little notches. And this particular trinket, which gives us the benefit of, when we're at 1 HP, our damage increases by 20%. This would take up 2 of those slots. So I have now, well, I haven't selected. I want to select it. I have to do it at the bonfires. I'm sorry, shrines. And then we'll be able to assign it to take up 2 of those 3 available slots if we hold it down. So it's exactly what we'll do. And now you'll see those 2 of the 3 pips are lit up. Excuse me. All right. So I think we're ready to push forward a little bit. I'm going to try to be quiet just for a little bit of the moments when NPCs talk. Otherwise, I might go through their dialogue, a little bit more quickly, just so you can get a flavor for them, see the art style, but also to make sure that we can see as much as possible in this first impressions video. So we've got a tome. Stranger, if these words reveal themselves to you, know that they are meant for your eyes alone. Seek your answers in the old folk village deep within the abyssal woods. A potent curse binds this island. To break free and escape its grasp, you must embrace your identity. What is on his nose? I'm not even going to say what it looks like.
seems fate has ensnared you on this island.
I love the art style. Also, very cool that there's voice acting on this dialogue in a game of this size, an indie game like this.
Tablet responds to your presence. Even now, its words elude me. You can read its message. That much.
Alright, so he wants me to go find more of these tomes. This was like glowing green before, but you'll notice if we hit our select button, we have quests. Originally, it was just find a place to be around this, a safe place to be around the island. Also, this like teal color on the manila color, not great for accessibility or just generally anyone's ability to read it. But they did add here on the left, intriguing stone tablet, that I should find 3 more of those around the island. Assuming there are special ones, because we saw a bunch when we were in that original Leviathan temple. And obviously they did not count toward our total. We also have one here, which is glowing, which I assume means I haven't read it, but it kind of just says more stuff. The glow does go away, but it's unclear if that counts toward my total of finding them across the island. And I did discover that in my first little poke around. This is about how far I made it then. So the combat feels pretty tight. It's like a little floatier than you might expect from a Souls game, but overall still pretty chunky. Good response on the controller when you make contact with an enemy, which is important to me. It's really important to know you've been hit when you play a Souls-like game. And sometimes games lack that, and I can find it to be a little bit frustrating. So it's really good that there is that controller feedback. So there we found a second tome. Some stuff that we still don't fully understand. Come here, little guy. I don't mean to kill your whole little jellyfish family, but I do mean to. So sorry about that. Oh, balls. So this looks like, again, maybe eventually we can get across this with like a dash or a double dash or a double jump or I don't know if jumping will come to this. Maybe like a grappling hook or whatever metroidvania kind of thing they want to pull out on us. No crap. He was ready to wail on me. They give you a lot of time. They pulled that little claw back for a hot minute. Speaking of Souls-like, did anyone in the comments let me know if you played another Crab's Treasure? That was a wild Souls-like game. Just complete antithesis of the art style you'd expect to find in a Souls-like game, but kind of featured that fun, tight combat still, which was just a really interesting juxtaposition that I really enjoyed last year. So this is how far I got. This is essentially our camp. Think of it as our Firelink shrine, so to speak.
This place, it's unfamiliar to me.
Great voice acting.
Given the circumstances, but our crewmates could be anywhere on this island.
Alright, so new quest. I guess that's going to be that I gotta find everyone. So, find and rescue the crew members of the Angry Mermaid. There are 24. So I assume that will be an ongoing quest. Now, what I am interested in is the vibe and look of this area. That technically, by the way, would be my 3rd tome. Or stone tablet. So, see, like, there's a 4th. So I really don't know what makes them fit that quest line. Anyway, what I was going to say is I'm curious if this is just like the look of a particular area, or is the whole game just going to be this vibe? And how long is the game, right? Like, that's something else to consider. I don't know if this game is 3 hours or 30 hours long. I have no clue. Now, it's made by an indie studio. First real game. You know, I would assume shorter.
Another lost traveler? It's been quite a while since I saw one of them glow. We call them shrines. You'll find them scattered throughout the island. Me? The other old folk call me Yuridara.
Yuridara. She's dope. Look how cool she looks. So, this game, as far as feel and look, more feel. Reminds me a lot of No Rest from the Wicked, sort of that isometric 3D Souls-like. I will say, see again, that feels like I should be able to dash or something to get across, and will eventually. There's literally a path leading me directly to it. Anyway,
What's this?
his voice is cool.
Too small for that. But you different from the other little ones around here, are you? Not affected? Doesn't matter. Phaedon's rule is to not sell goods if you are not.
Alright, so he is going to be a merchant for us, I guess. Leviathan's blood fragment. If I collect 4, it gets more HP. So I assume I'll find them in the world as well, but I'd like to buy 1. They start off reasonably priced. You can see they increase quite a bit, though. I guess these are all trinkets. So I can be faster with my hook, so I can slash more rapidly, but that would take up all 3 slots I currently have. It would allow for big damage. And then here, it says while charging.
Only customer I have left.
Oh, if I hold down attack, I can let out like a bigger attack, but it does eventually let go. That's not me letting go, it just does that automatically at the end there. So it's hard not to feel like these are areas that will be stations for other people eventually. I'm just not sure. Oh, if that's true or not, but that definitely looked like a blacksmith stand, did it not? Maybe I can upgrade my weapon or get new ones. Although the hook feels like it might be my thing. Alright, so there's a gate. So it's every direction. I think that elevator is our only current option. So take it we shall. Let's go see what we can find up there. Spikes? That came from nowhere apparently. Because where would they retract to? We're in a floor of like 2-inch wood below it. Magic. That guy's delay swing. That's a challenge right there. I like that. Are a lot of crabs there. I see that dude hiding in the bush. Oh boy, we got a lot of skellies here. We have to do a skelly removal dance. We've done it. Took no damage from those 3 skeletons. That is a win in and of itself. Is that crab trying to punch me, or he's trying to throw bubbles? So totally the other thing I do like about this is that it's dark, but doesn't lack like a little bit of playfulness, which, you know, Souls games have their place where they're dark and sort of obtuse and mysterious and take themselves pretty seriously, but it is nice to have options in the genre where things aren't just like relentlessly hopeless, or color schemes aren't just like brown and gray. So big fan of having the sort of that color palette here. Alright, so we've looped around, and hopefully there's a shortcut. Oh, double shortcut. Got us a ladder up, which is our path forward, but also open this, which means if we were to die again, we could just come up here, climb the ladder, and continue. But we got 3 pips of health. I think we're going to push it to the limit, in the words of the Eagles. I'm sure there's tons of Eagles fans here in the comments of the metroidvania Souls-like community. What's that overlap like? Eagles to Metroidvania. Probably Metroidvania is more than Souls-like. I'd imagine on the whole maybe Metroidvania fans are older. Just an older genre, but I could be wrong there. Alright. So far it's been somewhat linear. Like we haven't had... There's been branches, but they've all dead-ended. Well, he knows us, so this must be a crew member. Pepperoni.
At least one familiar face before the end. I want to make it. This
Oh, I don't like that.
something for you. Take it.
So that's our Estus flask. Heals that will renew when we rest.
Before the storm took us, I awoke here. The wound.
Pepperoni, very clearly Italian.
Pulled the trigger.
Ooh. So you're saying someone pulled the trigger before there was a crash?
Go now, rookie. Just go. Others might be out there. We've better find them.
It's dark, baby. So he died and gave me 50 gold. What a generous donation. Put me in the will right at the very end. Oh, baby. Well, we're in trouble here. Remember, our damage does go up once we hit 1 HP, so we're hitting harder than even before. Oh, no. A lot of crabs. Okay. Any kind of shortcut at this point would be nice, because we have gone a long way without a shortcut or a shrine. Oh, right on cue. So, oh, this is back at camp. Alright, well, we are certainly resting. Then maybe we'll tell Blackbeard the unfortunate news about pepperoni. Alright, I guess we could have healed to keep going forward, but why not? We just opened a shortcut.
These are ancient relics, older than the old folk. From it, they used to grant protection to those surround. Now they sit collecting mold. Yet, one of them shines bright.
Okay.
Still here? You seem eager to explore this.
I still can't believe that they did all this voice acting. It's really cool. Now, where'd Big Nose go?
This makes any sense. We should have been lost in that storm, swallowed by the sea. If Beatrice is still alive, I will confirm with her. But this island is on no chart. The very air here feels tarnished.
Error.
I never imagined the angry mermaid and her crew would meet such a fate. So, Pepperoni is dead. It's one thing to hear of our crew's plight. Another, he was shot before we were shipwrecked.
There's that mystery starting to unfold.
That's a dark twist in our tale. Sinister forces are at play here. But let's not get tangled in old mysteries now. Our priority remains clear. We've got crew out there. Some still up.
So finding the crew is the story so far. I like the idea of like sort of a slowly unraveling mystery in a game like this where I did not mean to do that. Kind of the more we accomplish as far as unlocking our characters and bringing them back to camp, the more we'll get clarity on some of the storylines unfolding. And I like that as sort of a method of the storytelling that they're going for here. So I'm just running around to see. Obviously, we have our merchant. I guess I could buy that. I mean, it'll be a while, I imagine, until I can reap the benefits of having that. 1 out of 4 of the Leviathan's blood fragment, which moves us towards more health. But I'm curious if some of those NPCs I've found come back here. So the guy with the big nose who wanted me to find the stone tablet, he's gone, and I'm unclear if I've found enough. Nor am I clear on what counts as one of those stone tablets, so I imagine someone's going to be posted up at this fire eventually, which will be fun. But we are all clear to continue this way now. We drop down from there. So let's just keep progressing, you know what I mean? Feels like some kind of double jump or dash has to be next, because there's been a lot of chasms in areas I've been unable to access directly because of lack of that. Oh boy. A lack of that ability to clear gaps. Alright. I'm curious about leveling up and health upgrades and power upgrades. The souls-like of it is definitely in the way you dodge and play and do the combat, but that's mostly it. I mean, checkpoints aren't even a, Souls exclusive thing. Like, they existed in metroidvanias too, to different degrees, but it almost is more Metroid than Souls so far. The tight intentional combat is really it, and even then, again, it's arguably a feature of Metroid. I mean, in a lot of ways, Souls was Metroidvania. It was keys and things mostly. Oh, I tried to heal before we got hit. So we took our first death. 23 minutes in, that's reasonable. I was getting kind of careless. The game had been a little bit simple. Kind of good that they gave me the wake-up call by then. I wasn't going to say that I was ready to call it too easy, because I wasn't. But that would be a mark of a Souls game, right, though, to give you a little bit of a check and remind you, hey, you're not invincible, dude. Like, you're going to take damage from the basic enemies if you're not careful, and that's exactly what we did. It just all adds up. Death by 1,000 cuts. Alright, so we took 1 pip there still. See, there's just a lot of enemies to worry about, though. And it's like, you definitely need to focus on taking them out individually at a time so you have fewer people coming after you rather than knocking them all down to like 50 HP at once. Because then you can still get hit by just as many enemies. Oh boy. I am curious how many pips of health also we get back with our potion, because I didn't get to drink enough of it to ever find out. He's definitely got to go. They all have ranged attacks, so that's why I was going to say that. Prioritize the range attacker. What is he shooting at over there? Something pissed him off over the wall. Oh boy. Alright, now feels like it was as good a time as any to try out our health. Alright, well, it gets us at least 3 pips of health. So we'll have to try again when we have fewer than that to see if it's... Maybe it's our whole health bar or close to. Oh boy. Alright, so we can go that way. We can't even get over this hump here, which is problematic. Feels like we'll get a jump or something to get that. What is this crystal? Nothing. There are gates there, so we'll have to figure that out later. We're obviously going to get that. So there's your, again, Metroid. I'll stop identifying these. You guys get it. But it is fun to see the influences as you go, especially in games like this, to have multiple or crossover in genres that you like both simultaneously. And those genres share a lot of features. So it's fun to try to identify kind of what they were going for with each one. So no need to rest. I don't have any new trinkets I would need to assign. I mean, not you rest automatically when you touch it, but no need to hold it down and change trinkets. Here will be a shortcut. And here's a new tablet. More mystery. So we're coming up on 30 minutes in. I'm going to say let's keep going. Let's see how much we can see maybe before we die again. I think that could be a good limit here. It'd be nice to have some resolution at least maybe to sort out. How about until we get an ability? Because well, I've seen a boss. We've seen a shrine. We've done things for our quest, like finding one of our NPCs. So we have tastes of a lot of the things on the menu. Trinkets, whatever that might be. So I'm just thinking now, getting an ability that unlocks us the ability, oh my lord, to maneuver to a new space. That might be kind of the last missing component. We also don't know what we're doing with these fire ashen folks. Right, so that's just a loop-de around. Nothing crazy creative there. Just a big crab. Just a big crab. How many hits to die, though? Should I take one more pip of damage before we heal? Yes, because I want to figure out how much it heals. And if it's more than 3, then we're wasting them, in theory. Ain't getting hits, so. I'm going to check the cave. There's a lot of directions we could go, it looked like, so. Here, no, here, no. Shoot across that chasm is an option. Jumping. Oh, maybe we'll be able to shoot something at this. And that'll unlock stuff. I still don't understand what those do either, and we have an elevator, but nothing we can do in here yet, so. TBD. So we had a ladder. We have this stairwell to another shrine. Helpful. So this will be our home base henceforth. I wonder if there's fast travel as well. So climb up there. Are you good or bad?
Greetings, traveler. Your same
May.
mind is a rare jewel around these parts. 'Tis a relief to encounter another face in these ruins that doesn't thirst for my blood.
Good sense of humor. That's what I meant too by when I said it didn't take itself too seriously. Like,
Humble seeker of the secrets of the past.
the dialogue's straightforward, has a little humor in it.
A pleasure.
Again, love the
to
voice
pass
acting.
you. This ancient island holds. Take a look at these statues. For their silent gaze holds 1,000 tales that they stand frozen in time, eager to tell their stories to those. Nah, pay me no. I will linger amidst these stuff.
It's interesting. There's no really hint about what she'll be interested in or involved in later. All right, so now we have a ladder and another cave. I'm tempted to peek in this cave because I assume it'll be another dead end until we can get whatever ability will unlock us the ability to navigate these caves. Oh my gosh. I gotta get rid of this one. He's almost dead. Well, that guy's up a floor. I thought he was down. Depth perception was weird on that guy. Can you fall down or are you clipping to the... Oh, I can go further up here. Boxes. Alright, we can leave. Big arrow indicates that. But is there more we can do in here first? Yeah, but we do have a shortcut up there. Promising. Promising. Oh, treasure chest. Much appreciated. A teal one, too. We haven't been able to access those yet. Pickables. Pickables can be found around the island. My collected pickables can be consulted in my inventory. Oh, let's go. A blood fragment. We're halfway to more health. I assume it just gets me one more pip. Because that's a substantial amount of health it's looking like. What's interesting about this portion, though... Well, I guess there is this. How could I jump up and hit that? Just I hadn't seen anything that looks like we could even advance further in here. It's just dead end until we come around to the ladder above. So maybe we get to it by another area. Which, we are about to climb a ladder. That's our last option. Unless, is there more beyond May? Is there more this direction? Yes, there is. That feels, though, like a different kind of progress. Let's see what's up the ladder. And then we'll go beyond May. I feel like this is going to be more contained. Okay. Love that for us. So far, so good. Don't do it, big crab. Don't do it, Peyton Manning with a sword. Dropping bombs on me from a mile away. Nope, there's another dead end where we can't shoot a crystal. Assuming that's what that's got to be, because they've all been across gaps with clearings, and there's a guy... Oh, I thought he was shooting. That's what made me think it. Maybe not. And still no idea what those do, so the mystery continues. As well as a door there. So behind May is now our only remaining option. Ouch. Ouch. Looks like we're going to get to test our health. Oh, we really are now. In fact, we got to go so we can safely do that. So we have 1 pip. Okay, so it is just 3 pips that the health bar gets us, or that the health potion gets us. So we are not quite at full strength. I guess we really haven't wandered that far from a shrine, ultimately. Ooh, oh, he really, really winds that up for a while. And fakes me out with it big time. He has a lot of health. Okay, that's troublesome. I'm lucky I got missed by that crab. I didn't even see he was there. Also lucky I got missed by that guy. What is happening? I'm Mr. Magooing my way through this thing. No crab. No. Is there a way to delineate which crabs are able to shoot bubbles at me and which aren't? Because I keep worrying I'm going to get... Oh my god. Okay, so you got a gun. Oh, you can smash me with it. Okay, I thought you were only going to be ranged. Should have known better. Should have known better. Right, we are now venturing a little bit far from a shrine for my comfort. This crab. I was going to say is aggroed. I'm also strong now, though. So that's the one benefit. Get out of dodge. Alright. I'd like to find a shortcut or something to cement the amount of progress we've made so far. I don't think we lose our experience upon death, though. Like, that has not been my understanding from what I've seen. We are dead. I was going to say the guy shooting across the map is tough. So 2 deaths in 35 minutes. Not bad, also not great, if I'm just being honest with you guys about how I feel about our performance. Now, what we will see... So, see, I still have 242 gold. That's all of our experience. So, assuming they can't climb ladders, which I do believe they cannot, we can leave them behind. I'm trying to see his tell of how long he charges that swing, so I'm dodging him now. It's like exactly longer than you expect it to be. So whenever you want to hit dodge, wait another second is the moral of that story. I don't think we have another ladder to be the sort of kiting gateway to keep previous enemies away from us. So for that purpose, I'm going to actually fight all these guys. The gold never hurts either. It can get more powerful that way. So I did mention we do one more death, but I am pretty locked into this idea of going until we figure out what we need to advance in like a new Metroid kind of way, so we can just really cement the Metroidvania part of this to understand what it is. Like, what kind of abilities will they be giving you to unlock access to new areas? Because that's, if we're being honest, sort of the most interesting part, at least to me, about Metroidvania. So, yeah, coming up here where that guy can still shoot at me was not my smartest. You look almost dead. I do like that they, if they're not going to have health bars, I like that they start to crack to at least show you your progress toward their... Okay, you're a wimp. You ran away. Progress toward their death. I'd prefer health bars if I'm being honest, but maybe that's a trinket as well that comes later. It'd be extremely beneficial during boss fights. But at the same time, what's interesting is if I only get 3 trinket spots, am I really going to use one that tells me like how much health the boss has, as opposed to something that maybe gives me, you know, more damage against the boss? Probably not. Like, the health bar shouldn't fully affect the way you're thinking. Other than maybe to show you like, oh, does this do more or less damage than this previous item did? But I don't really have items or stats to upgrade, so I think like a hit will be a hit. Still no way to get there. Still these crystals to smash. And they're fun to smash, except they come right back. So like, what are we even doing? Well, person.
Rookie, by the stars, you're alive.
Beatrice. Oh, this is who Blackbeard said we were going to find.
I need your help to get out of this cage. Manfred went down that archway path. He was
Manfred.
chased by members of our crew, or what was left. Go now, Rookie. Not much I can.
Okay, so we got to help her out. Oh, still a crystal we can't do anything about. But she said the members of our crew ran this way. Oh, I let him get me. We're alright, though. What is this purple item? Is that a dead body? Oh, there's an item there for real. Oh, baby, we got a gun. A blunderbuss or something. Flintlock. Yeah. Flintlock pistol's Rookie's basic firearm. Most basic, so I guess we'll be getting more complicated ones. While holding the button to aim the crosshair, it turns blue for a short time. If I release it, then extra damage is dealt. Shooting requires SP, which is replenished by hitting enemies and breakable objects. So I guess my SP is those little pips up top. Pips up top. So I assume I shoot this to free her. And we... Oh, this is our first... That's our first thing. B is a crazy button to have be your aim button. Like, why not a trigger? Oh, hitting this brings back your pips. So if you notice, if I fire it, I have 3 shots. But I can hit that enough times to get 1.5 shots back. So I'll come do that here on this one. Just to ensure we walk away full of the ability to shoot. And then, is there a way forward now that I didn't have? Well, let's do 2 things. I didn't thoroughly check up here to make sure. Oops. Well, I guess I do now have a safer way to fight people, but not on a ramp. Not on a ramp. That's how you shoot the ground. Shooting the ground to death doesn't help anyone. Alright, so yeah, there's nothing up here. I should have checked that in the first place more carefully. So we'll come back here, and I just want to quickly see. So we unlocked her. So this is it. So that's our way forward. So we've unlocked a shortcut. And we have now seen the Metroidvania component for the game. Now I guess, let's see, can we use this to get all the way back to our shrine area? Because if so, I think that kind of brings us full circle, literally and figuratively. And I think that's where we could call it then. But first, I want to see, can we get that golden chest, baby? Satisfying to shoot the gun. I do wish it was on a trigger, though. What's a guy got to do to get this gold chest, baby? Loop around? Oh, just walk. I just gotta walk. Oh, I can't get by those people still. Come on. There's still a lot to explore because we came a long way and passed a lot of stuff that reasonably needs to be shot to access previous areas. And now I'm like, okay, well, what we gotta do to get that? Where am I? Have we been here? No. Oh, these guys jump. I don't love it. I don't love it at all. Do I have to shoot you? Where are you going, brother? That's a messed up enemy. Not doing anything he's supposed to be doing. I'm gonna die to this thing because he won't land on the ground by me. Thank you. Alright, let's get some of our shots back for one. I'd rather hit something that doesn't have a risk of still hitting me. I was dodge spamming that and we got lucky as butt. Ah, there's our shortcut. I'm gonna kill you, crap. I just need you to understand. You might kill me too, but I'm gonna kill you. In fact, I know where I am. Oh, that was so irresponsible, guys. But I just happened to know that our bonfire's down here, and I want it so bad. Now, I wonder if May is going to be proud of me. Never do what I just did, okay? That's not how we do it. It's not how we navigate our soulsvania likes. Anyway, that's close enough to getting back to camp. We could do it. We know where we are now, right? So the key would be going into some of the areas we've been in now to unlock what's next. And I'll do it while I kind of talk my way out here. But I would say this controls tightly. Like, it feels good to fight. Everything is doing what it's like. Aiming snaps to enemies. It's chunky to hit enemies. The combat of the close-up encounters as well as the melee feels really good. The dodge timing feels good. That first boss fight, while simple, felt good. I'm pretty excited to see what bosses this game might have left. Oh, I hope this goes back, actually. This may be our shortcut. So if these are things that you all like if you like Souls-like and Metroidvania games, this is a game for you, I would say. Again, it's on sale right now for like $25. We'll go up to $30 in February, so there's a few days left to get this at a discount for its sort of release discount on Steam. It will be on console, they say, but I haven't seen it on one, at least on PlayStation 5. Maybe it's on Switch, but a quick Google didn't show me in the Nintendo store. Not sure the status of Xbox's store either, but I saw it listed as coming to all of them eventually. So keep that in mind, but it is available on Steam right now. So if anything about this has looked appealing to you, or anything I've talked about, or if Metroidvanias and Souls-likes, especially with this kind of aesthetic, it's an easy recommend for me. I could see if, though, you felt like $25, I don't know how much time we're getting out of that as far as how much gameplay is here, the playtime. So if anyone does know, leave that in the comments for others to keep in mind, because I'd love to know how many hours this game is. If it's over a 10, it's hard for me not to fully recommend, because and a great indie developer like this, with a game like this I'm having this much fun with so far, I feel like this really could be an indie sleeper. So I would love to hear what you all think of this if you end up checking it out as well. If you have secrets, things you found that I missed during this that I could go back and get, maybe with the flintlock, or even that I missed that I didn't need for it, let me know down in the comments. So thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button, helps out a ton. Talk to us in the comments. We love interacting with you just as much as we love playing the games. We have new videos basically every single day on this channel, so hit subscribe if you want to see those. Notification bell if you want to get notifications when they come out. And thank you guys for watching, and we will see you again next time.